Institute of National Remembrance, Chronospace, Unreal Engine.
The year is 1939. Hitler and Stalin divide the continent into their spheres of influence, crushing the old order of Europe into dust. They conclude a pact that makes Poland, the Baltic states, Finland and Romania their prey. The Germans and Soviets raise armies to crush their opponents with greater numbers of modern equipment. In both armies, armored units become the main strike force. But it is the massive and unprecedented air power that opens the way for the German blitzkrieg and the Soviet march westwards. On the 1st of September, the Second World War breaks out. The Germans launch an invasion of Poland. The Luftwaffe deploys almost 2,000 aircraft of various types. The Polish army opposes these forces with less than 500. The enemy's advantage is 5-1. While the Polish Air Force inflicts proportionally greater losses on the Germans, it stands no chance of winning. By the end of 1939, almost all Polish aviation personnel make their way to France. Polish pilots bring the most valuable skill of a pilot, combat experience. Of the two combat squadrons, only the 1st Warsaw Fighter Squadron takes part in combat. After the surrender of France in June of 1940, most of the Polish pilots evacuate to Great Britain and initially continue fighting as part of the Royal Air Force. In the UK, the Polish government in exile works with the British to organise an air force once again. The squadrons are formed. The 302 Poznan Squadron, which is the first to enter service, and the most famous Warsaw Fighter Squadron, the 303, which achieves great success in the Battle of Britain. Polish pilots serve not only there, they fly in a dozen or so squadrons of the Polish Air Force in the West. Bombing squadrons 300 and 301, logistics squadrons and special purpose squadrons. Regardless of their unit and function, they risk their lives, often remaining out of the spotlight. Aviators.
Vítam vás pri hre a mala by to byť hra ohľadom nejakých poľských letcov, ak som to pochopil a ak som to čítal správne. A mne sa páčila z tej ukážky, ideme do hangára, Veľká Británia. sa mi strašne páčilo. Škoda, že tam čeština nebola, no.
Over 5,000 parts and systems, 17 tons empty weight, a crew of 7, top speed of 282 miles per hour. However, without the ATA's help, any aircraft is just scrap. We are the ones who escort damaged planes to repair bases, risking our own lives. We recover planes shot up in combat so that they can continue to serve, including in flights to
Podporučík
Poland.
času vojny, Jazga Pioduska.
In fighter and bomber squadrons, on missions, training and patrols. And that is the only reason we women are finally allowed to get in the cockpit. Command had no choice. Someone has to risk their lives and transport these shredded coffins to repair bases. And every plane, no matter how shot up, is priceless. So we fly in Barracudas, Hurricanes, Mustangs, Oxfords, Spitfires, anything with wings, or at least remnants of wings. And there are gentlemen flying in the back seat, mostly reporters. But the price of feeling like a star for a moment is fear and nerves pushed to the limit as we fly these clattering wrecks to the next repair base. Fortunately, I'm not alone. Anna Leska, that is Lieutenant Leska, can fly anything from a bomber to a balloon. Today, the takeoff went smoothly, but then it all started without even a warning.
All right, time to check the instruments.
Okay.
Those are the only eyes our boys have up there.
Som zvedavý, čo sa bude diať.
Working order.
Yes, Lieutenant, I'm leaving my station.
Oh.
We can drop the ranks. We've been through too much together.
Čo to tu máme? OK. Potrebujeme Ačko nejako nastaviť.
The HQ probably uses the black 155 megahertz frequency.
155.
This is aircraft Lima Whiskey
To je
208.
to, čo som chcel?
Hello. I request a connection with the White Waltham Airport Control Tower. Over.
This is White Waltham Airport Control Tower.
Zumbach listening. No
And
cash.
situation. Please hurry. Over.
This is Lieutenant Pilzutska. I wanted to find out if the mechanics will be available before the flight today. Over.
No, we don't have any mechanics available.
That would be.
All technical staff have been working at full combat readiness since dawn. All personnel assigned to aircraft maintenance are in the Red Eagle hangar. You'll have to manage on your own, Lieutenant. Extraordinary situation. Let's continue this conversation on the internal channel. Changing frequency. Over.
I understand. Thank you for the information. We'll manage. Switching now. Pilzutska out.
Super.
Without the techs, we're going to have our work cut out for us. The transmitter overheated again. I'll work something out. If something stops working, you have to switch it off and back on again. That always works. Stefan Bahanis trick.
Hej, resetovať, to sú najlepšie veci, čo sa môžu robiť. Kam sa ide? Na 230?
This is Lieutenant Pilzutska reporting on the Red-Blue channel. Over.
Well, Lieutenant, we are in a bit of a pickle. But not to worry. Get the checklist, map, destination coordinates and navigator's tools from my desk. Get the Halifax and my Spitfire ready for flight. After all, at war we have to manage under any circumstances. As always, I'm counting on you, Lieutenant. Lieutenant Leska, please report for tactical briefing. Transmission ends.
You mean I'm the one in a pickle, Commander?
Skvelé. Tu sme. No, to je tlačítok. Fuel pressure.
What was it that my father used to say? All right. Stress, mess, depress.
Up,
Up is
filling
filling
that
the tanks.
tank.
Down is draining. Middle, pump off. Easy peasy.
A few moments later.
Trojka, štvorka. A, hotovo.
Easy.
Trafil.
All
Easy.
right, done.
Ja sa tu v tým trápim a tebe to je easy, hej? Darí ti.
Hell, there's something wrong with the electrical system.
Ale no
something's
tak.
sparking.
Darí ti.
Holy smokes. So many wires here.
Kusok na spätočku, takto. Pozri, ako krásne som to spravil.
There's the gauge. Beautiful. We can get navigating.
Prosím ťa, to čo je?
Task accomplished. The aircraft ready for range tests. Monica is detecting Kachor. I've got confirmation that the friend or foe system is working.
Now you can see all around you. No bandit can get close to surprise you. Excellent, Lieutenant. Well done.
Great. The plane is ready. Thank you, Yaja. I'll just finish the formalities and we'll be good to go.
Baptism of
Yatika,
fire.
wake up! Yachka, what's wrong with you? Are you hit? Talk to me.
Čo?
I'm fine.
Zaspala.
Start shooting back then.
I'm on it.
Poďte bližšie. Nie? Ratatata. Ratatatatatatatata. Tretí.
Damn, it's jammed.
Yachka, why aren't you shooting? Shoot from the rear turret.
No hej,
We don't have a rear turret anymore.
nestačí, aby som jedným strieľal, tak musím ešte druhým.
Assuming anyone's around.
Tu je to. Pojdem prvýkrát takto. Dobre vedieť. Vystrel.
Flare away.
Čo ideme tu narobiť?
Call in the cavalry. Get to the wireless
SOS.
station and set the radio to the emergency frequency.
The radio's busted. I'll try Morse code.
Hell. 2, 3, dlhá, krátka, raz, 2, 3, 4, raz, 2, dlhá, krátka, dlhá, veriti, krátka.
Help request sent.
The front, Vickers. Shoot like hell.
Ideme strieľať tam vpredu. Aj míriť sa dá, to sa mi páči. Veriti.
Oh, piece of junk. The Vickers is jammed. Oh, Jesus.
Au.
He's coming right for us.
Boom.
Yachka, get out of there.
We're here. Krasor.
Kytro dozadu zase.
I've claimed this one.
5
To je čo?
o'clock. More guests coming for the party.
Nice. Got
Čo to tu
3.
máme?
Yannick, was that you? Hats off. Lost
Oh,
child,
vrchný
your
turret,
hull's
eh?
leaking back.
Okay.
I think your main tank's done. Good thing it's not on fire.
We're going to bring this plane back in one piece. Fuel levels dropping. We need to cut fuel to engine 3.
We
Let to
have a
hurry.
fire on board.
Veď tu horí. Počkaj.
Cut fuel to number 3 first, or it's
Rýchlo.
all gonna blow.
Yes, number 3 is off. I'll get on with fire
Som
now.
trafil fakt trojku?
Be quick about it. It's getting thick with smoke here.
No tak.
I hope this is enough. All right, we can make it.
To čo je za somarinu? Zahas to.
The fire's out. No damage.
Kam ideš?
I thought we were going to lose the plane. We need to land. We're running out of
Tu je
fuel.
čo?
Ladies, it's thick with krauts over Dover.
Si mi sekerku budem potrebovať.
Thank you very much for looking after us. Damn!
A
The gear's
ešte
not
dozadu.
extending. The rear strut must be gone. The control light is off. Yaja, we need your help, or we'll be landing on our tail.
Nech som tu. Exit. Aha. Tak asi nie, ešte raz. Tlačame. Space. No poď. No vidíš, že to vieš. Nie je to beznádejný
I did
prípad.
it. We've got the rear wheel.
Nie, že
Not a
spadne,
moment
musíme sa
too
držať
soon. We're
ďalej od
about to
tej diery.
land. And they said flying for the AT was boring, like driving a taxi.
To vieš, hej.
Oh, coffee, tea. How about some Porto wine, Lieutenant?
A large
Box číslo
glass of
1.
Porto wine.
Box číslo 2, box číslo 3, box číslo 4.
Another plane saved. Maybe for the guys flying back home.
Toto ide
But
rozpadnúť.
I've had enough
To je
of the
ženská.
Halifaxes for now.
Tell me about it.
Nemôžeme niečo vypnúť? Nejaký motor?
Aircraft salvaged by the ATA are returning to Royal Air Force service. They are used for bombing throughout German-occupied Europe. They also fly to occupied Poland, carrying the silent unseen, couriers and weapons needed by the Home Army. But not even their passengers or pilots know how much these planes will soon be needed.
Vistula.
This country has ceased to exist. Poland is no more. The Germans have created a general government out of part of the occupied lands and incorporated the rest into the Reich. Terror reigns everywhere. The Germans persecute the Jews, forcing them to resettle in ghettos and then send transports to extermination camps. From the very first days of the war, Poles are arrested and shot. On the 27th of September 1939, while the Polish army is still fighting, an underground military organization is established, the Service for Poland's Victory, which is transformed into the Union of Armed Struggle and the Home Army, the largest underground army in occupied Europe. In order to fight on, they need to be in contact with the Polish government in London. To this end, the 1586th Special Purpose Squadron is created in 1943, carrying couriers and essential supplies. It's an express line to hell. As the planes make their way over German-occupied Europe, flying at the limits of their capabilities, running on fumes. 1943 becomes a watershed year. The Allies land in Italy. On the Eastern Front, the Germans suffer defeat at Kursk. A year later, the Allies land in Normandy. The days of the Third Reich seem numbered. Meanwhile, another threat arrives from the east.
Tanky.
Its recent ally, Soviet Russia. Its armies defeat the Third Reich and advance, occupying Polish lands. They establish political control over them and usher in a new terror. In response, the leaders of the Polish state introduce Plan Tempest, a demonstration of Polish presence in the liberated areas. Home army units are to reveal themselves and cooperate with the Soviets. Stalin, however, does not intend to share his power. Operation Tempest does not include big cities. At the last moment, Warsaw is included, where an uprising is being prepared. The Germans can thwart these plans with a single decree, forcing the Varsovians to build fortifications. It is clear to the Home Army that this will decimate the Polish forces in Warsaw. It's necessary to act. It's now or never. The dramatic decision is made on the 1st of August. The uprising in Warsaw breaks out. The insurgents manage to capture the city centre, the main post office, the postal station, the power station, the arsenal. However, the Germans defend themselves fanatically. They send new troops to Warsaw. The insurgents keep on fighting. They look to the sky, but the only planes over their heads are Stukas carrying death. Meanwhile, Polish pilots stationed in Italy learn from the radio about the outbreak of the uprising. Their commander has only 8 operational airplanes. It's not until the 4th of August that the pilots receive permission to airdrop aid for the Home Army, but in completely different parts of Poland. The pilots decide to break through to Warsaw on their own. Will they make it in time before the SS troops, which are ready to crush the uprising?
On the 15th of August, our crew is ready. The objective? Warsaw in the Campinos forest. The route and takeoff time are decided for us. We have to be over the target between midnight and 2 a.m. to avoid interception by German fighters over Hungary. The sun rises at 4:20 a.m. May we live to see that sunrise.
Takže...
They've got us! Attention, objects on the shore. That's artillery. Anti-aircraft guns on the right. Target their searchlights.
Mám ich.
Attention, they see us! One less.
Ešte svetlá dole treba dať. Tak, jedno svetlo, druhé svetlo. Behá mi to hore, dole, nemôžem sa trafiť.
We're going down to the Vistula River. It can be hot.
Shift accelerate. Vyhotočiť naspäť? Neviem. Teraz vpredu, hej? Tiež moc sa nedá to narobiť. Chcem tiež strieľať. To je ako na ktoré mi toto presekuje, to čo má byť. Moment. Ty prosím ťa, kde máš to mierenie? Tu dole? Prosím ťa, ty kam strieľaš? Tuto dole je pod nami. Nič. No, aspoň dačo. Tu je čo? Tam je volačo.
One less.
Ďalší.
Look over there. I recognize it must be ours. It's the elusive. Elusive or not, now it's the enemy.
Zastrelím tú sviňu. Ďalší sú kde? Tam sú. Au. 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 Prebijeme radšej. Poviem, že to bude dlho robiť, chlapec. Dobre, paliaska, no a strašne to... Ja neviem, to mňa presekuje, alebo čo to robí.
Well, we bought ourselves a bit of peace.
Vidíš to? Ale proste to ja nerobím. A tu tiež zase sme na krivo. A tu tiež preto nemôžem... Čo to je?
Easy! I won't waste it.
Teraz to mám normálne, tak už zase nemám. Mám ho.
Is that a glow up ahead? Is that
Wagon.
The capital is on fire. The damn Germans set it ablaze. God, our people are there.
Wagon sa trochu preletel, nevadí, stáva sa.
Maybe those crap cockroaches all go to hell.
Ideme do Varšavy. To čo má byť? Robíš si zo mňa prdel. Dobre. Zostra to svetlo, ale niečo je na tom také ťažké.
Everyone to their stations. I'll make a turn to assess the situation.
Ďalší.
Flodek, keep an eye on the situation. Column of vehicles down there. Headed for the drop zone.
Heads up, it's the Prudential.
Don't worry, I'll go around it.
This is our drop zone. Clear for now.
Ďalší. Zatiaľ musím poklepať, je to dosť dobré. Tu sa ďalší. Tu sa mali ľudia. Teda ľudia ako ľudia. Rýchlo to prebí.
Don't let them reach the square. Our struggle will be in vain. One hit. Good job. Confirmed. Destroyed.
Got it!
Budeme aj tie svetla zostreliť.
I'll make another turn.
Či nie? Ideme svetla otočiť. Či odstreliť, nevadí, stáva sa. Ešte raz to otoč, lebo tu nás sa proste nedá nič otáčať. Proste to je obmedzené na všetky strany. Ešte niečo? Tu nič není. Točí sa to ako fidget spinnera. Hovno z toho.
All targets destroyed. Good job. We're flying over the drop zone. We're starting the drop. Flodek, are you ready?
Super.
As ready as I'll ever be.
The package is on target. Hit.
Vrtule.
Right, on target.
Boom.
Congratulations.
Ja som nič neurobil, takže neviem, čo sa bude diať. Poďme preč. Bochnia.
Attention, aircraft silhouette at 6 o'clock. Type? I don't see it, it's too dark.
Ideme strieľať. I see them, a hovno. Tak, poď.
Warning, it's on our tail. Scraped him, but he's still in the game.
Tu sa strieľa, pozri ho.
It's coming from the right.
Parchan to ten zmusný.
From the right.
Najprv jeden motor. Potom druhý motor.
I've got it.
Je dole. Strieľaj. Jaj, ty si sa prehrial, hej. Nevadí, stáva sa.
Junkers down. Repeat, junkers down.
Is everyone okay? Report in.
Side gunner, reporting in. Radio operator here. I'm in one piece.
I'm intact as well. I mean, the co-pilot reporting...
Nice.
Rear gunner, reporting readiness.
Mechanic, reporting in.
Second Lieutenant Bernard reporting I'm all right. More or less.
Well, boys, you're all real sharpshooters. Now let's head back to the base.
Bravo!
Aplaus. Zatlieskame, keď aplaus. Presne tak.
We're
Treba
returning to
zapískať.
cruising altitude.
Tak ešte nie.
We're on fire! What did they hit? The engine! Damn it!
Ideme
Gentlemen,
strieľať.
the raid is over. I can't hold us anymore. Bailing out.
Time to jump. OK. Kde sú chlapi? Ja tu nikoho nevidím.
Jump, Blodek, quickly! I'm right behind you.
Kde si? Ja tak chcem vidieť, či si za mnou. Chcem vidieť, či si za mnou, alebo nie. Homecoming. Vyskočili sme z lietadla a teraz pekne dopadneme dole.
One often becomes a national hero. Unfortunately, posthumously. After years of fighting in the West, we all dream of returning home. But hell, not like this. I
Zastavil
didn't
nás
fight my
strome.
way to France in September to spend the rest of the war in an off flag. I knew only one thing. I would not be taken alive.
Tak čo? Ideme skočiť dole z tohto stromu. Budíček. O, ako zvukovo to je fakt pekne spravené. To sa musí uznať. Nehovor, že idem utekať cez les. Do akého tábora spadli. No to bude zase v pekáči.
I'm alive. Broken, scratched.
Robíš si za mňa
I'm
prdel.
back. I need to destroy the radar. It can't fall into the hands of the Germans.
Censké hrozno. Ach jo, nevadí.
No use. This stuff won't work anymore. All I can do is blow it all up. Explosive charges are usually placed in mark. That should be enough.
Hej, taký kúsok, nebude treba viacej. Ja som
I
pri tom.
can't go any further until I've done my job.
Bratu, tam horí oheň.
Run for the hills.
Tam horí oheň, bratu. A ty demento ešte zapáliš oným zapalovačom. Hlavne, že tam oheň horí strašne veľa. Dobre, čas odtrhať preč.
Run for the hills.
Preč. Nice. Aspoň niečo.
Now I need to find the radio, just to make sure an entire German battalion doesn't come running. There has to be a transmitter somewhere.
No tak ideme čekať cez les.
It won't be easy. I can try to proceed, but the chances are slim.
Prečo?
I'll use the minefield map.
Presne si vieš utekať, alebo čo? Hlavne, že ju máme hneď na mapu po ruke. Čo to bolo? Use map. M-ko. Proste pojedem. OK, to je dobré. Prebehneme trochu, teraz tuto. Tu trošičku uhnem, tuto je veľká stezka, tuto sa dá prejsť. Tuto, poďme tu, tuto, dobre. Dobre, a už len rovno. Hotovo. Ideme hľadať rádio. Sa prikrčím radšej. Nech ma nevidia.
Halt! Wer da?
Neskoro. Tak ešte raz.
Halt! Wer da?
Veď som pod stromom. Tak ešte raz. Tak ešte raz.
Wer da?
Tak ešte raz. A ďalšie lietadlo. Dáva sa. Aj nás ostrelili. Ideme ďalej. To ten Boris, ten tam ešte stále svieti však. Ja sa nechcem postaviť, lebo on ma chytí, on ma uvidí. Musím to plazím. Tam je istota. Som pod lampou ešte stále. Dobre. Poďme rýchlo. Rýchlo preč. Čo tu? Počkaj, tu bolo, čo bolo? Dobre.
Here goes nothing.
Chceš to zavrieť radšej pred tým náskom, čo tu bol pred chvíľou? Asi nie. Nejakú zbraň? Alebo cigaretu? Aspoň to by som zapálil, keď už nie. Zbraň.
Easy now. No sudden movements. I might be able to sneak through. Patience. I have to wait for the right moment.
Tak jo. Schováme sa sem. Tak nie. Tak prejdem až sem.
Halt! Wer da?
Dobre vedieť. Kam pozerá do prdele? Preč, dobre, utekaj! Sem. Pre istotu. A teraz rýchlo, ďalej. Dobre, tu čo?
Look at them. So close together a mouse couldn't slip through. I have to find another way.
Achtung, Achtung, ich widerrufe den Alarm! Alle Besatzungen an ihre Positionen! Bedienungen der 88er Geschütze, ihr habt 2 Minuten zur Rückkehr!
Občas stačí počkať, no. Ideme ďalej. Ktorá sem? Nikto tu není, nič tu není. Dobre. Máme si frekvenciu našu, čo máme?
I just need another minute. I think I've got something.
Hello?
This is Hornbeam 1. 3 poles on the road. They're spilling the beans like crazy. I can't get through. I have to rearrange them somehow.
Grab one. You don't have the equipment for that.
I've got no choice.
Fuses of the projectiles. It's the only way in this situation.
Damage the fuses. Copy. I mean, it's a piece of cake. Where's our meeting spot?
3 kilometers from here, a lone barn. When you're ready, signal SOS with lights. That's how we'll recognize you.
Hornbeam 1. Copy. Over and out.
Čo som ich mal vyladiť, more? Čuješ, že si ich mal vyladiť? Majú tu niečo? Nemajú tu nič. Ty si mal vyladiť ten kanál. Ty Maďar. Tu čo? Nič. Ideme zrušiť tie kanóny nemecké. Tu niečo svieti? Ale neviem čo.
Bloody hell.
Tu nič. Ale no tak. Tak, paráda. Zoberieme jednu šelku.
There's a fuse box. Now I have to dismantle an arm.
Ačko, Dčko, Ačko, Dčko. Čo? Move clock hand.
I have to screw the cover on now.
Dčko, Ačko, Dčko, Ačko.
Quickly now.
Paráda.
Next fuse.
Má to 4 minúty, hej? Paráda. Ačko, Dčko, Ačko, Dčko, Dčko. Myslím, že to otačíš iba do jednej strany a nie do druhej. Aby si vedel. Neviem, prečo to dali do dvoch. Nevadí. Achtung, Achtung, Achtung.
Alle Besatzungen an ihre Positionen. Bedienungen der 88er
Čo tu máme?
Geschütze, ihr habt 2 Minuten zur
Znova
Rückkehr.
utekáme. A počkáme si. Počkáme si, schováme sa. A bežíme, rýchlo. Tak. To je voláky. Povoz.
It's like they set it up just for me.
Ideme na to. Ideme preč. Coming back home. Naštartuj. Hoď tam rýchlosť.
Yes!
A poďme.
Let's go!
Teraz bumbac. Bum, bum, bum. Pekne.
Well, that
Si bola väčšia pohroma ako len toto.
Should have been a commando, but no, I wanted to fly.
Hej. A tu ma zastavia Nemčouři.
Now I have to flash him a signal with my lights, or they'll think I'm a Kraut.
Nechcem to skipovať.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Paráda. Vedia o mne. Čo sa deje? Kam pozeráš do prdele?
Man, I envy you guys. Take care, for our work is far from over.
To sú bombardéry veľké.
On the night of August the 16th to 17th, 1944, the crew of the Halifax bomber JP-220C, under the command of Leszek Owsiany, delivered the supply pods for the Warsaw insurgents. The entire cargo landed successfully at Napoleon Square in Warsaw and was retrieved by the fighting Poles. During the overflight, the crew constantly exchanged fire with German anti-air guns deployed along the banks of the Vistula River and within Warsaw itself. On the way home, the bomber was engaged and damaged by a German Junkers Ju-88 fighter plane. All the crew members, except Leszek Owsiany and Jan Luke, managed to bail out. The Halifax crashed into a barn in the village of Dałbina near Bochnia in the Lesser Poland region. Miraculously, all but one crew member survived the crash. Włodzimierz Bernard sustained only minor injuries as he landed on a tree, which softened his fall. After making contact with a member of the Home Army, he joined the unit, Second Lieutenant Zdzisław Meteor Straszyński. From August the 1st to September the 13th, the number 1586 Special Duties Flight conducted 54 sorties, losing 11 crews. Throughout the Warsaw Uprising, 306 Allied planes dropped 159 tons of weapons, medicines and food. Although this was too little to change the course of the uprising, it was enough to show that the city was not left to fight alone. During the years 1940 to 1947, more than 16,000 people served in the Polish Air Force in Great Britain.
Dobre, tak na to, čo písali borci, že sa to dá dohrať do 2 hodín, tak som nečakal, že to dohrám do hodiny 17 a to ešte aj s tým, že som sa koľkokrát zasekol. Musím povedať jednu vec, na to, aká krátka hra to je, tak to môže trošičku krajšie spracovať, ale to nevadí, to sa stáva. Ďalšia vec, tie chyby, hej, akože nevadilo mi, vôbec niektoré tie veci boli absolútne bombovo spravené, keď to bola bombastická hra, alebo to bola o vojne. Ale toto ma trápi, že proste tam jednu tú pasáž nezvládli a proste mi to sekalo a proste bolo to rozbité. Ale jednu vec, čo som chcel povedať, a to je, že takúto hru by mal mať každý štát, ak to môžem tak povedať, pretože je to história. Nevedel som, že Poliaci majú takúto históriu o bombardéroch, o lietadlách a proste, že sa mi to páči. Napríklad ja by som bral, až by chytili a Rusi spravili tiež takúto podobnú hru s tým, ako sa oslobodzujú Nemcov. Napríklad, hej. Tam by sa dalo toho veľa zakomponovať. Francúzi mohli spraviť, ako sa bojovalo v Normandii a toto, hej. Musím uznať, hra pekná, dobre spracovaná až na tie kiksle, čo tam sa stali. Ďakujem, že ste pozerali a my sa vidíme zase pri ďalšom videjku. Majte sa, čaute a nechceme predstavať takúto vojnu. Taký je odkaz od Koma. Lajky dávajte a čaute.